It's Amy Scott Grant, your favorite spiritual ass kicker, and I have a question for you. How do you feel about summer? Because, I have found that there seem to be very few people who feel meh about summer. It seems to be one of those kind of polarizing seasons where people either love summer, worship the sun, it's their favorite season, they absolutely love everything about it, or they can't stand it. And the reason I'm asking is, well, because here we are, right in the midst of summer, at least, here in this part of the world where I live in the States, we are. And it's been a weird summer, hasn't it? Not just energetically, but weather-wise, everything. So I love the change of the seasons, right? I love when the seasons change, and it's worth talking about today because everybody doesn't always love every season. In fact, you may have a lot of resistance about a particular season. And I will tell you, for most of my life, for me, that resistance was around summer. I absolutely freaking hated summer. I'm not like a sun person, as you can probably tell, because like I said, it's the middle of summer here. This is me with a tan right now, right? So I don't tan, I burn. I'm just one of those people that never ever tans. I go instantly to burn, then peel, then white again, right? So I'm not really like a sun person. I also don't really like to be warm. I would definitely prefer, you could see I'm not wearing an abundance of rouge today, blush. No, I'm just hot. It's just like, it's 68 degrees in my house and I'm still like burning up because I get like full on sun in the afternoon in my office windows. But anyway, I don't like to be hot. There's just like a lot I don't like about summer, right? Or that I didn't used to like about summer. And I really thought that wasn't a big deal to just not like 3 months out of the year. Granted, I grew up in New Orleans, and so summer was more like 8 months out of the year. But my point is, why would anyone have to go through life not being happy for any portion of the year for reasons that are completely out of your control, right? Summer comes, summer goes. There's nothing you can do to change that. Right? Sure, you could move to a climate that has a milder summer or that has winter for a larger portion of the year or whatever. Or you could even move around, right? Like you could be like an inverse snowbird. So instead of going to the warmer climates, you could continuously move to the cooler climates, spending part of your year, I don't know, in Alaska and part in Australia, maybe? I don't know. So you could do that, but why? Why? It's really worth exploring. What is it that you don't love about a particular season? Could be that something happened to you in that season when you were a kid, and so it just kind of turned the whole experience of it turned you off, or maybe you lost someone close to you, in a particular season. And so every time that season rolls around, you sort of relive that pain to some degree. Or it could be for reasons like I said, like I don't really love the sun. I burn easily. Like I really had kind of not a love-hate, but a hate-hate relationship with the sun. I used to really hate the sun. I definitely consider myself more of a moon person. I love the moon. Like the moon doesn't burn you. You don't have to wear protective lotion to go out in the moonlight, right? It's beautiful. It's flattering on everyone, etc., etc. But the truth is that there were things that I needed to clear and things that I really was not facing up to, which was why I hated the sun. And I blamed the sun for things. I mean, the sun is the sun. Like, what good does it do to blame the sun, right? I got a blister burn when I was a kid on my shoulders. I still have like the marks and everything from that. And I remember watching a documentary about skin cancer and finding out like how much higher my risk factor was because I had had a blister burn as a child. And instead of like owning that I was the one who refused to put on sunscreen, even though my parents reminded me repeatedly, no, I blamed it all on the sun. So I was very like anti-sun, okay? which is kind of crazy given that we cannot survive on this planet without the sun. It is what gives life. It is what helps to, like, it's an essential component of photosynthesis. So we would not have plants and things to eat without the sun, right? And of course, now I'm like a huge proponent of solar power too. Like, I actually appreciate the sun now. I still consider myself more of a moon person. But my point is, I have really come to love summer. And do I love it as much as fall and winter? No. But I do love it, and I appreciate it for what it is. And so I'm no longer miserable for 3 to 4 months out of the year. Why should anyone be? Now, I hope you take what I'm saying, because you might love summer and hate another season. I actually met a person who hates fall, and I was like, who hates fall? That's like, people getting mad at Australia. Like, what has Australia ever done? I don't know. It's weird. But I actually met someone who hates fall. So, and I definitely know people who can't stand spring. I know people who love spring are like, are you kidding? Spring is the best. It's amazing. So we all sort of have our seasons that we love and our seasons that we tolerate or that we downright hate. My advice to you, my guidance that I prompted to share with you today is dive into that. Look into that. Like, what's actually there? Whatever season you don't like, whether it's summer or some other season, what is it specifically that gets to you about it? And don't just say, oh, it's the temperature or it's the whatever, or I don't like wearing these kinds of clothes. Okay, why? Why is that? So, and I can tell you, probably when I was younger, I probably also hated summer because of swimsuits and having to wear so little clothes, right? I've completely shifted my relationship with my body and how I feel about my body, and that's very different now. So, but in the past, I can definitely see how that was like another contributing factor to why I hated summer. I was like angry that we had to wear so little clothes because it was so hot, right? And now it's like, I love it. I love the changeover in my closet. Like, okay, we're finally done with snow in May this past year. And so I can switch to tank tops and shorts and whatever, right? And short skirts. So it's worth looking at why you hate a particular season. It's worth diving into what are the reasons and what are the underlying blocks around that. And it's worth shifting that so that you have the potential to be happy and satisfied and enjoy life 12 months out of the year instead of 3 or 6 or 9 months, right? You deserve to be happy all year long. So if that is something that I can help you with, figuring out why you don't want to do that, that is not a thing that would take 6 sessions or whatever. It's something we could do pretty quick for most people. So if that's something that you're interested in, drop me a line, let me know. If not, dive into it on your own, do some exploring. Trust me, you'll thank me when it's all cleared. All right, have a good one, and I'll see you next time.